Good morning, Gisela Reis here, JCA fitness instructor and personal trainer at the JCA. I'm glad you're here joining me this morning. For those that are coming in, we are going to do mat Pilates, and today I am going to focus on your core. I'll be doing some arm work, I'll be doing glute work and some thighs, outer thigh, inner thigh, and I'm gonna have you here. The things that you, if you have a band, a thermal band, and it can be the long ways, or for those that have it at home, the looped ones, you can use the looped ones as an option. If you don't have bands, but instead, let's say you got weights, we can use the weights as well. So I'm going to show you as we go along all those options. And some of you might have a mat, a Pilates, a mat, yes, but a Pilates ball. So if you have even a kid's ball, or a not so full soccer ball or anything like that, that has a little bit of a give, that would be wonderful for the work that we're going to be doing. So, and if you don't have, again, you can use a simplicity of a pillow. So you can just use one of your couch pillows to give you some support, and also use that as a resistance as well. So if you don't have anything else at all, you can use that. And so we are going to start laying down. So make your way where you come down on your back. The pillow can be your head support if you have vertigo or anything like uncomfortable sensations when you go all the way down on your back. So you can do that. Otherwise, just lay all the way down flat. And start by focusing on the breath. So exercise, or any type of exercise that you do, breathing is very important. And the way we breathe in Pilates, welcome for those that are coming in, join me on the mat or on the carpet, whatever you have to lay down, or if you just like to watch it later, that's fine too. So what I'll have you do is lay all the way down and focus on the breath. And in Pilates, the technique is try to find breath more through your side ribs, more through your rib cage. And so because the focus is to strengthening the core, we're trying to keep the abdominal engaged as we're breathing. So we're not trying to do so much the belly breathing, but increase capacity of the breath through your ribs and to your back. So the way I want you to do this, I want you to relax yourself down on your back. Try to keep your back in the comfortable position. We also refer to it as a neutral spine. So you don't want to like compress the lower back down. You don't want to think of arching it. Just find where it feels comfortable. And right from there, just think of as if there's a wall coming from the ceiling, a medicine ball, let's say, coming down. Your first instinct is contracting your abdominal to protect yourself. So you are trying to create some firmness through your abdominal. Even if though you might find that this is not your strength, it's hard for you to connect with that. Just picturing something heavy coming from the ceiling down, that will engage, you will have that sensation of engagement, which means you're protecting your body, you're protecting your organs. And so that's the same actually idea that I want you to have, is that you are engaging your core by just having that feeling, okay, something's coming down heavy, so I'm going to protect myself. And now from there, you are trying to create this sensation, which is your abdominal wall, here coming in and connecting and creating that core engagement. That's what that is, okay? So have yourself here relaxed. And as you inhale, try to breathe through your side ribs and through your chest to take a nice full breath in. And when you exhale, just feel your chest settling. And also feel like almost like you're hugging your ribs towards each other. And just noticing your neck relax. You inhale. Get that full sensation coming through your side ribs, through your chest. And exhale as you're settling everything in, all the way down. We'll do one more like that.
And this also helps you to connect within. I'm doing this with my eyes closed. You can try to do it with the eyes closed. We're really trying to tune in and create self-awareness of the body here, creating that time of me time for you to take care of yourself. Now lift your arms up towards the sky. And feel here when you inhale, you're going to try to reach your shoulder blades wide apart. So we're going to create a protraction. And on an exhale, you're going to create a retraction. So now you're going to try to settle the shoulders down as they snug, the shoulder blades coming in close together. Inhale, reach up. So you try to reach the shoulders up in a way. And exhale, feel your shoulders settle down and away from your ears at the same time. So not only are they going down to the floor, but they also going towards the hips. One more time. Inhale, spreading open. My hands actually going a little bit out as they reach out. And then on the exhale, they're going to turn in towards each other. Okay? Now, turn the palms facing your knees. And we're going to do the ab curl. Just the sensation here of lifting the head and shoulders up off the floor. When you exhale, inhale as you go down. Now, if you notice, some of you may find that this bothers your neck. If it does happen to you, what I want you to think of is imagine you have an ab ball between your chin and chest, and you're just trying to keep your head relaxed and your neck relaxed. You're asking your abdominal to lift you, not to use your neck muscles to, as they trying to perhaps naturally tense on the way up. You're trying to actually keeping your neck relaxed. And feel the fingers reaching away as you're coming up into that crunch. And inhale back. And exhale. So I talk a lot about, and Pilates is a lot about detail of the exercises. So you might find like it's not a lot of reps. It's more detail work where you really, really, really focus on each exercise, each movement you're making. One more. Hold it there. Take your hands down next to the hips. Right from there, take one leg up, bring it down, take the other one up. And as you do this, I want you to feel like you're really getting the shoulders as high as you can as you pick that foot up off the ground. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And noticing I'm not really bending or creasing the knee. The knee angle is the same. I'm just doing a hip flexion as bringing that leg in towards you while you're keeping yourself up in that crunch position. Now, if you find that the abdominal is not strong enough and you are feeling your neck, this is where your pillow can come in hand. You can put your pillow right at your shoulders and maybe have your head relaxed, but don't lose that intention through the core. So if you go here and like, oh, okay, well, this is a piece of cake, that means you're not focusing enough on there. Even though your head may be resting, try to really connect with that front contraction of your abdominal wall. So if you feel it's too low, you can fold it even higher. So your head is higher, but you can actually feel that connection, okay? You can also use the ball too if you have the ball. Now, I'm gonna have you try, take a little break. I'm gonna have you try to do this with your legs in the tabletop, okay? And the way I'm gonna have you do, you're gonna take the legs slightly away and you bring it back, slightly away and bring it back. We're gonna try to do that with your shoulders up high. So your shoulders up high, reaching the fingers. You inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. And I'll speak for women. Most of us, after birth, our abdominal wall has been opened and more exposed throughout the pregnancy. And so that post pregnancy exercises are so important for you to connect with that core strength again, but it's never too late. So if it's been 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I don't care. You can still connect. It's an amazing thing what your body can do. It might take longer, but if you actually really want to get that core strength back, it's never too late and you can still do it. So I'm going to pause here. We're all taking a little break, taking the knees out side to side. You can always rehabilitate whatever muscle it is. And I know for myself, I have come out from an injury from my ACL, and I came in and out of feeling that, yeah, I did a little steps back, but it's surely with resistance and therapy, precision, that's the word, precision, and doing the therapy, surely my knee's slowly coming back. So I just got to stay with it. So we're going to stay up. We're going to bring the legs up this time, and I'm going to have you do the 100. So the 100 exercise, you still have the shoulders up again. You can use that pillow. Reach the fingers away, and we're going to inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. So it's in through the nose, out through the lips. Breathe in. Exhale. You don't have to turn the palms up and down as I'm doing it, but sometimes it's just a nice way to know, okay, this is my exhale, this is my inhale when our hands are down. Then exhale. So if you find that it's too much with the legs straight, bend the knees, otherwise try to reach those legs out. Inhale. And the lower they go, the harder it is, but you do not want to feel this on your back, through the front. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4 more. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale. Shoulders up, shoulders up. You can do it. 2 more. Last one. Exhale. Rest. If you did your fullest, you sure felt the abdominal wall right away. Like, whoa, okay, I'm awake. Got it. So, I'm going to have you now come up to sitting. So hands on the back side, tuck your chin, roll yourself all the way up. Okay, we're going to go into tabletop. So you're going to be on your hands and knees. And so it's important to make sure that the hands are right under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And I'm going to have you to extend here your left leg away. Try to not sink your abdominal, reach the arm out wide. What I'll have you do here is I'm going to have you take your arm out and the leg away without moving your rectangle from your shoulders to the hips, and then you're going to bring it back. And I often do this exercise a lot because it works so much components of your core. It's working your shoulders, it's working your back, it's working your abdominals, it's working your glutes. So I want you to inhale as you open and exhale. It's working your stability because you here are working through your balance. More so if you're trying now here, take that right foot off the ground. So if you have the right foot down, try to pick up that right foot, and you will see the balance now, it's a lot harder. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale. Take your hand back, take your knee back, and round up to the sky. Now when you do that, make sure that it's not a big opening of the leg and the arm. It's really small, but to keeping that stability of your torso from not moving, it's what the work is about. Take the left arm, take the right leg. Keeping the stability through the core. You're going to inhale, open, exhale, back. Inhale, exhale. Taking hand and foot reaching away. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We got 3 more. Trying to keep it stable as possible from the shoulders to the hips. One more. And exhale. Bring the hand and the knee and round in a nice cat spine stretch. As you spread your shoulders wide, looking towards the hips, abs engaged. And flat your back. Good. So from here, I'm going to have you come all the way down to your stomach. Okay. And I want you to focus on your legs when you do this. So I'm going to have you I'm going to simplify by having you just work through the legs, but at the same time thinking of pulling abdominal in off the ground. So rest your head into your forehead, into your hands. Try to feel your shoulders pressing back, because sometimes the shoulders go into your ears, so really feel the shoulders drawing back. And then think of pulling your belly button in off the ground. It is so minor. You cannot see mine, and even if I was looking at you, I wouldn't be able to really see it. It's something that you feel, okay? So think of pull your abdominal in off the ground, and then extend the leg back behind you, and really feel the foot reach up away from your shoulders and away from the hip back, and bring it back down. And then switch the other leg, reach, bring it back. Now try to do that by still trying to pull that abdominal in off the ground as you reach the leg slowly. Back away and return. back away, and return. Back away, reach away, exhale, and reach. Abs engage and reach. It's almost like you want to minimize the curve on your lower back when you're doing this work. It's hard because you have to really think of pulling those abs up and off the ground while you're reaching the leg back. Now, we're going to try to do both legs up in the air, and I'm going to have you do a smalling where you're going to open just as wide as your mat. And when you're going to bring your feet together, you're going to tap the heels twice with the feet flexed. 1, 2, open and then from there point your toes. And exhale, tap it in. And inhale, open. Exhale, tap, tap, open. That's 2, in, 3, in, 4, in, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep pushing those legs away from your hips. That's 10. To give your lower back a break, bend your knees and let your feet rock side to side. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Extend the legs. Use your hands and then go into a nice child or shell pose as we sit all the way back and settle the lower back. Feel the space here on the lower back being released. And then come back. I'm going to have you put a break and go on your back. And we're going to go into the leg circles. And now this is what you could do if you have a long band. If you have a long band, you can take that band around your arch of your foot. And what you're going to do, you're going to make small little circles with that band as you're creating the resistance. You're going to do first 5 small, and then you're going to do 5 bigger, okay? If you don't have the band, which I'm going to demonstrate it without the band, you're going to focus on keeping your hips still and reaching the leg away. So let's say for me, I'm actually able to extend the leg all the way up to 90 with the leg straight, but some of you might have tight hamstrings. If that happens, instead of bending the knee, I want you to reach the leg more in a diagonal away. And you're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale, really thinking extension of the leg away from your hip. The other thing you want to think here is making sure the hip is stabilized so you're not rocking your hip. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more this way. Good. Now we're going to go a little bit bigger. So if you were doing this small, you're going to go a little bit bigger. So just go as far as you can and then come back. Inhale, exhale. Left and around. 2, 3, making sure the torso stays nice and still. 4 and 5. Now we're going to go small, but changing direction. Still in the same leg, but going inward. Now you're going to go inward. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2. Remember, we're starting small. 3, 4, around 5. Bigger circle. And around 1. Now, I will say, because I know from my experience, a lot of times you will hear your hip clicking. That's something that I would have to analyze for you personally close. But if that happens to you, maybe make yours with range of motion smaller and think of reaching the leg away. You don't want to think too much that it's the hip flexor that's doing the work. I want you to think so much more of your core and tightening your abdominal wall when you're doing it. Sometimes what I just told you will fix the clicking. Sometimes you need to rotate the leg inward or outward slightly with a turn out or turn in. That is something I would have to look at you, but just know that it's not unusual that sometimes happens. We're going to make this bigger, and then you go around. 1, around. 2, reach the leg away. 3, breathe in, breathe out. 4, long leg. 5, hug the leg in. I know you felt the work, and go ahead, go circle your ankle and give a little bit of a release. and go the other way. And before we switch sides, I'll give you a good stretch. Take your hand to the ankle, turn to your left. So if you had the right leg, turn to the left and draw the leg back. Keep the knee from not being going high, low, and just draw your foot back. And just feel that psoas stretch. Feeling the psoas stretch. And then going to return to your back so we can do the other leg. I forgot to say this, but I'll say that now, more so if you are watching this later, if you want to, if you are just watching and then doing it later. You can also modify by bending the stabilized leg instead of extending it all the way down. You can do it this way, small circle, keeping the hips still, doing it this way. If you can keep the leg straight, remember it's about keeping the top leg straight, the goal, okay? So if your knee is bending, reach the leg out. So we start small, inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like it, make it bigger. And I'm sorry if my counts before were not exact with me and the cueing that I'm giving you. I could be getting lost on the count. So that's 1. Long leg 2. You can contract, contract, contract. And 3, 4, 5. Going small. 1. Around. 2, abs engage. 3, 4, long leg. 5. We're going to try to make it bigger. And we're going inward. 1. Keeping the core still. Long leg. 2. Inhale, exhale. 3, 4. We'll do one more on this one. 5. Go ahead, hug the leg in. Circle the ankle. Circle the ankle the other way. Good. And then you're going to turn to your right. So if you had the left leg, now you're going to do your psoas stretch here. So pulling the and quadriceps. So you're going to think of pulling your belly button knee in, knee down towards the bottom leg. And then just a slightly pull of the foot closer to your hip. Breathing in, breathing out. And then release the leg. And we're going to return back up. Okay. So here I'm going to go into the double leg circle. So both of the legs are up. Your hands can be under your pelvis. Or for those that don't need that support, you can just keep your hands down to your sides. I'm going to back my mat just a tap so you can see also the feet here. So what happens here, you're going to take a circle of the legs, but it doesn't have to be a big circle. It's as long as you can keep your torso from your ribs up still, that's the goal. So you're going to take the legs both in the same direction. This is the corkscrew exercise. We're going to go away to the left, and then you're going to bring it in towards you. And we're going to alternate each time. So you're going to go left now, out to the right, and in towards your chest. And then you go right, forward, left, exhale, inhale, exhale, to the right, to the left, and switch. Now noticing here your arms might be working because they are pressing down into the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. And this, you could bend your knees. If you find that this is too hard, you could actually bend your knees. If you find that the hamstrings don't do so well with extension, or if you're feeling on your lower back, please modify. You know your body. So do what you can without hurting yourself. And exhale. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Good. Now go ahead, rest those feet down. Maybe rock those hips a little bit side to side with the knees. And just feel here, your back relaxing. We're going to go for bridges. So make sure your heels are now closer to you and the hands are down pressing. Toes pointing forward. Sometimes, very often, I see this with the feet. So make sure the feet is pointing forward. The way you want to think is the second toe after the big toe is the one that guiding the direction of your feet. Okay? So then you're going to roll up. And I'm going to start by having you tilt the pelvis. And if you did took my Pilates classes, you know, I'm thinking about here the curling in, tilting the pelvis. You're going to go all the way up. And this is where your inner thighs, I want them to be active. Don't let the knees fall off to the side. Keep the knees in the same line with your toes falling out. And if your tendency is to pull the knees in too close, think of using more your abductors, the outside of the thighs. So right there, I want you to hold it. And then you're going to inhale. On exhale, you're going to curl and articulate the spine on the way down. I want you to think upper back, middle back, down to the lower back, until you find your hips all the way down. And that's when you go into your neutral, into your relaxed position. And you do it again. Press your feet down, rolling up. As you're up at the top, inhale. Exhale as you make your way down nice and slow. Keep those legs still in the same parallel position as you're round and round and round and round and round and down. And again, boys, keep it quiet next door. And rolling up. So you most all know I have children and they are here with me. So excuse me for their little children sounds, okay? Rolling down, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. Good, inhale. And we'll do one more, rolling up. Good, find that position. Now when you go up, don't go too high. Just put you in the line with the knees and shoulders. And then exhale, take your time, pulling in. Pulling in, activate those glutes and hamstrings, pulling in, scoot, scoot, scoot from the front, pulling in, pulling in, pulling in, and then relax into neutral. Now, this is where I would like for you to use your pillow or your ball, okay? What I would like for you to do is take that right on the inside of those legs. So if you have the pillow, fold the pillow, put it between the legs, and bring it in on the inside. Arms down. Hug, so you can think of you activating your inner thighs. As you hug the ball, you're going to roll yourself up in that position where you are in that bridge position. Now I'm going to have you stay up there, and I want you to feel that you are so active here that you are trying to let go of one foot and extend the leg out. And if you've done my Pilates class that I did 2 weeks ago, you'll know that this is one of the movements that I did. And go ahead, pull it back in, take the other. Pull it back in. We'll do one more on each side. And this will be basically the warm-up of what I'm going to have you do here soon. Extend it. Bring it back. And then you're going to roll down by snugging in, until you're all the way down. Relax. Now go ahead, take your prop away, whether there was the pillow or the ball. Adjust the feet closer to you now. So you got your knees side by side, feet side by side, hands down to your sides, okay? Your arms are working, your triceps are pressing into the floor, pressing into the mat as you're now making your way up to your bridge. Once you're in the bridge, extend your right leg all the way straight, flex and kick the leg back, okay? You're gonna now slowly bring it back to the left where the thighs meet side by side, back. Inhale, exhale. 2. Try to keep your hips still parallel to the ground. Exhale. Good. 4. 5. One more. We're going to do 6. 6. Now I want you to go down and up on the left. Down. So the left foot press down. Go up with your right leg still up in the air. 1. And 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Now we're working that left leg. Really get those hips. Lift. 4. Exhale. 5. Breathe in, breathe out. 6, we're going to 8, 2 more. 7, 8. Meet your right leg down next to the left and then bring your weight back to the mat. And I didn't really particularly say roll down, I just went straight back. So even if you need to roll down, it's fine. Hug the left leg that was working. Circle, circle, give it a little extension. Maybe you would like to bring yourself closer to that left leg to give it a stretch. And we're switching sides. Now you might feel uneven. We're going to go to the other side. So arms are down. You're going to bring yourself up to the bridge. Okay? Take the left leg all the way. So we're going to start actually with the legs side by side, pointing the toes. Keeping everything still. You're going to take the left leg back, flex, 1, and point. 2, inhale, exhale, 3, halfway, and 4, 5, keep that right leg nice and still, 6, now down with those hips, we're going to go up, 1, and 2, inhale, exhale, 3, down with that right working, 4, lift, 5, lift, 6, up, 7, 1 more, 8, good. Then you come down, you take that right leg, pull it in, extend it, give it a stretch, and back to relax. Good. All right, now, if you get the ball, place that ball right under your feet. Now, some of you might find that this is going to be like, oh my God, my calves or my glutes might cramp, or they will get hard, and you might feel like you need to pause halfway. And that, if that happens, just know that it's normal. That means because your muscles are not used to do this type of work, or maybe you're holding your breath. So make sure you're breathing as you do this. Or if you're dehydrated, go ahead, take a little break and have a little water. Make sure you stay hydrated as we do this, okay? So, knees together, hands down. You're gonna, if you don't have the ball, this is what you can do. You can use your pillow to give you height and be with your feet on the pillow. It's not gonna be as challenging, but you can set your feet even higher if you have something even higher to set your feet on. The ball is harder. The reason why is because it moves side to side and forward and back. So now it's going to make you work much more the stability. So if you have an exercise little ball that you can put your feet on, go for it. Now, the next thing I want you to think as you do this is to make sure that those knees stay close together, which will make your, really work hard, okay? The inner thighs will be working, the pelvic floor will be working, glutes and hamstrings. So we're going to go straight up, noticing I'm doing a little bit of a wobble. That's normal because I'm on the ball. Feel the snug, feel the engagement, and then you bring yourself back down and up. Try to keep your knees together. Those that have done my class, you might notice, I would say, imagine you have a $500 bill between those knees and you want to keep that bonus. Yes, we do. So keep it right between those legs as you go up and down. Keep those heels also closer to your buttocks as you go down and up. And lift. Exhale way up. Inhale. Exhale. That's 5. We're going to do 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more. 10. Woohoo! You might felt that work on your hamstrings. So take the hands on the back side of the legs around yourself and bring yourself up to a sitting. Saw exercise. I want to balance yourself up. So have those legs now about your mat wide, not wider than that, okay? Now here is where you can bend your knees to make sure your back is straight. Make sure your sitting bones are on the mat. Take your hands out to the sides. Take a nice inhale. On exhale, the left hand is going to go across towards your right foot. You're going to look back at your right hand and you're going to go exhale. 1, 2, lift yourself up tall. Inhale, exhale as you go to the other side. Lower your ear, looking back for 2. Inhale, up, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Inhale, up, exhale. Breath in, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Breath in and cross. Try to keep your feet flat. Sometimes the feet kind of relax, but if you flex your feet, you're going to feel your hamstrings much more. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. That was your last one. And then settle the arms back down. Good. We are going to now work your arms. So I'd like for you to find yourself coming into a plank position. Now, this especially for women, it might be a very hard exercise, and if this is the arms are not your strength, I highly suggest for you to keep your knees down on the floor. As you have the hands here in front of your chest in front of your hands, you're going to go just as far where you're not dropping your head low. Very often, sometimes I see the head go low. Your form got lost. So make sure your head stays between your shoulders, and then you're using your arms to push back. When you also do this, if I was facing you, don't let the elbows go too wide. More so if the fingers are pointing forward. Here, I want you to think of keeping your elbows slightly close to you. It doesn't have to be all the way in like in chaturanga, but I want you to have your fingers pointing out, keep your shoulders in your shoulder girdle in a position so your shoulders are in place, away from your ears, as you take the chest, and then you exhale to push yourself up. So you inhale down, and exhale up. Now, if you have the strength to do it with straight legs, go forward. We inhale, exhale. We're gonna do 10. So this is, I'm gonna say that's a 3 because I talked a lot before. 4, exhale, 5. Other thing is you wanna make sure both hands has weight even. So if you have one hand that's really strong, one arm that's really strong, you're gonna perhaps compensate by putting more weight on that hand. So make sure it's even. Exhale up. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Settle the knees. Take your hands out in front for do a shoulders, chest stretch. In a puppy. Relax your head down if you can. Reach those arms far away. Take a nice long breath out. Good. And then from there, I want you to walk your hands back to your feet. So now you have the weight on the feet. Relax your head. Maybe do a little bit of a nodding. No for tension. Yes for Pilates. And we're going to walk those hands back again into the plank. And I'll have you now settle the knees just so I can demonstrate and explain to you what you're going to be doing. So this time, we're going to work on stability. And I have you a few ways of how you work on that. So one is keeping your knees down and have your hips in line with your shoulders. And because of all my talking, I'm really out of breath here, guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to take right hand, tap the left shoulder, and you're going to alternate, but you're trying to not move your body side to side. Try to keep your torso still as you're going to take right, left. David, keep it down. We're going to try to keep your legs straight for those that have the strength to do this in a plank position. So we're going to go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Again, modifiers with the knees down. 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Relax. Take it back. Now, as you take it back, just for a tricep extension here and a stretch, take the fingers to your shoulders and just relax yourself there into that. Okay? Now, I'm going to have you do some leg work laying on your side. So here, go yourself down. If you have the pillow, you can create a pillow for your headrest and lay yourself completely sideways, or your ball, or use your arm, okay? So whatever feels more comfortable there for you, okay? I'm going to get myself all the way down. I'd like for you to take your top leg up, and it's going to be just in line with your shoulder. So if the foot is up here, it's too high, okay? Try to create your mouse house. And you're going to take the leg into a rainbow. You're going to bring it down for 2, and it doesn't have to tap the floor. Just go a little pretending, and then you're going to bring it back for 2. The whole time, you're trying to keep your torso still. Back for 2, up. 4 for 2, up. Back 2. Forward 2, 2. Back 2, 3. Forward 4. Back 2, 5. Forward 4. Back to 6, forward, forward, back to 7, forward, forward, back to 8, forward, forward, back to 9, forward, forward, back to 10, forward, forward. Finish back. Good. We're going to make a small little circle right there next to your side. Run. Circle 2, circle 3. Circle 4, long leg, reaching that leg away from the hip socket. This is 4, around 5, 6, 7, breathe in, breathe out. 8, 9,
10, reverse, and 1, 2, circle 3, circle 4, circle 5, circle 6, circle 7, circle 8, circle 9, circle 10. Very good. Rest. Bend your knees and have now your feet high. We're going to go into clams. And this is if you have your bands that's shaped like a loop like this. This is where I would like for you to utilize your bands and place it between the thighs. And again, if you're watching this at a later time, you can take also this bigger loops and make them a little knot yourself so they can actually be smaller like this. But I want to have you now take the leg and resist it back. For those who don't have any band at all, your intention creates the resistance. So think of like you're resisting the air as you bring the leg up and then control it down. Exhale. 2, 3. Exhale. 4. Lift. 5. Now notice I have my feet up, but you can also do this with your feet down. I like it this way because it keeps my hip in place. And 2, it's just harder to do it this way. So whatever you're able to do, try to do your best. 1 more for 10. 10. Do a little pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Good. Go ahead. We're going to take it to the other side. But before we started without any bands at all, so we tried to do it without the band. We're going to go around the other way. For the camera's sake, I'm facing you. So if you are looking at the screen, you probably need to do exactly the same. Turn yourself up and around. So find yourself in a nice position on your side. If you use the pillow for your head, you may do that. Taking the leg in line with your hips. Same thing. We're going to do that rainbow. Forward for 2. Also, it's known as hot potato. Depending what Pilates you have done, all of us have different instructors, different ways of calling it, but it's the same idea here. Inhale and forward 2, up, back 2, forward 2, inhale, exhale, forward, forward, back 2, 2, forward, forward, back 2, 3, and forward, forward. Back 2, forward, and forward, forward. Back 2, 5, and forward, forward. Back 2, 6, and forward, forward. Back 2, 7, and forward, forward. Back 2, 8, and forward, forward. Long leg, reaching it away from the core. 9. Back to 10. All right, very nice. So go ahead, preparing for our circles. Inhale and around. 1, 2, try to keep the hips still. 3. Even though you are just here thinking of working your leg, I don't want you to let go of your abdominal engagement. Keep it nice and contract as you reach the leg away. 6, around 7, 8, 9, 10, reverse, and 1, 2, long leg, 3, 4, reach, 5, breathe in, breathe out, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. We got those legs coming in for the clamps. So if you use the band with the loop, go ahead and add it on. Shh. Boys, please. We're going to take the knee up. 1, open 2, and 3, exhale 4, open 5, open 6, open 7, resist 8. So imagine that band, even if you don't have it, try to really resist that leg up. 9, 10, little pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then down. Good. We're going to take that bend away. Very nice. And now I'm going to have you be on your stomach. So as you are on your stomach, we're going to do grasshoppers. And I'm actually going to do the grasshopper exercise 2 different ways of how you can do it. Okay, so I'm going to start the way I initially learned how to do the grasshopper. And then I'm gonna do it the way the actual Cheryl forehand taught me, which I actually find fancy and cool. But I will do both ways. So we're gonna start with your heels together. So like this, okay? So you can see that view. And you are down laying on the stomach. Your feet is flexed. Your head is rested on your forehead, resting on your hands. Abs engage when you do this, okay? So what we're gonna do, you're gonna take it up into 2 pulses where you're trying to get your knees off the ground, but not your hips. You go up, 2, lower, lift, 2, lower. So we're gonna do 5 of these. Up, 2, 2, lift, 2, 3, up, 2, 4. It's exhale on the way up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did 10 actually. Now, I would like for you to do the other way. The other way, you're going to point your toes and you're going to go ahead and you're going to lift the knees up and you're going to cross 1, cross 2. Now you're going to extend the legs away to the corners of your mat. And then you bring it in. 1, 2, extend 1. Pull in 2. It's very graceful. You resist. Pull in, reach back, and in, extend 2. Feel the glute and the hamstring work. You are trying to keep your knees up off the ground. Extend the legs back. 1, 2. Extend the legs back. 1, 2. Extend legs back. 4 more. We're working good this morning. Get it out. 1, 2. Extend. 1, 2. 1 more. And of course, you can always pause it any earlier than me if you need to. Okay? And relax. And then we're going to push back to a nice child pose. Settle all the way down. Nice long exhale. And then come back to tabletop. All right. I'm going to have you turn yourself around. And we are going to do a just nice roll forward so we can open up your back. So flex your feet, toes up. You're going to reach forward, wheel the abs in, and as you go up and over, feel the stretch of the legs. We did work them a lot, and I'm going to have you go on your back. Now I'm going to do an ab exercise here. This is where you can use your pillows and your ball if you have it, okay? The way I want you to do this, I'm going to modify it first, and then I will do it without the modification. If you have the pillow under, it gives you a little bit of a lift off the ground, which makes this roll up and down more possible. This is the roll over. I want your arms to be down. Take those legs as far close to the head as possible and bring it back behind you, and then you roll it back down. And you're doing this by rolling back and then down. So that's the exercise. You might need to bend the knees to do this. If you have the ball, this is going to give you more of a lift. So you will find that is easier because it's bigger. Okay, so if you have 2 pillows, you might need to add 2 pillows to make this possible. But the leg's going to go back behind you. And it's not so much like a plow in yoga where you're trying to touch the feet on the floor or you won't aiming that way. It's not that. You're just trying to pick up the hips off the ground and then slowly bring them back, whether it's the pillow or the block, or even more challenge to bring them down to the floor. If you have nothing under your hips, it will be harder because you have more to pick up. So arms are down. Remember, if your hamstrings are tight, bend those knees. You're going to take it back. You inhale and exhale down. 1. Roll over. Inhale. Exhale. 2. And back. Return. 3. And back. Your arms are pressing into the floor. You'll perhaps sometimes feel your hamstrings working a lot because they are the ones creating the stability and the base. Try to also not tense on your neck or shoulders. So keep the shoulders away from the ears as you do this exercise. 5, 6, 7,
8. Good. 8 is good. Take those feet down. Open your arms and relax those knees side to side. Just feel yourself soften and releasing. You have done a wonderful work. I'm going to finish up just with a little bit of the arm. So come up to a sitting. You can be sitting on your pillow. This is where, if you have those light dumbbells that I suggest, if you had it with you, to use them now. And I show with the bands and without. And this is just totally for the more for so the postural reasons of why I had you do this. But I'll start with the dumbbells. Having your palms facing out, elbows in, thinking of lining your spine up straight. On the exhale, you're gonna open, you're gonna reach it, pull it in and back. So we are adding a little bit of shoulder work. At the same time, your biceps, because you were holding that dumbbell at your 90, which makes your biceps here to be active, okay? So the other way to do this with the bands, you'll have the bands somehow close, but not too close, because you want to resist to open, reach it, back it in. When you open and your elbows are close to your body, think of opening your collarbones and open it up to your chest forward. Reach it out, bring it in, and then return. If you don't have anything at all, you actually could do this by creating your own resistance. So which means you're trying to create here stability and flexion through your muscles, even though you have nothing there to hold on. But you also can use cans or a bag of rice in each hand, or beans or whatever you have at home in your pantry. You could use that as your weight there as you do this. If you have your dumbbells, utilize them. They don't need to be in your house collecting dust. We can definitely now more than ever can get a good reset down. Bring it in, out, in, out. Try to, as you do this, really thinking of keeping your shoulders away from the ears. And if you feel any tension on your shoulders, maybe you don't need any weights. Maybe you can just need just the resistance itself of your intention. And when you take the legs out, make them more in a diagonal, where I can still see it. If you had your eyes open, looking for, I can still see those dumbbells out in the pivots of my eyes. And it will be the same for you. One more. Good. Take your weights or your bands down. Taking now those hands back, and I'm going to have you take the fingertips back and just think of lift your chest. So if I'm showing this from the side view, your fingers are back and open. This is a wonderful stretch we could do anytime, more so when you're in the computer doing the desk work. Take the whole back of the chin and open up your chest, creating that nice reverse of all the lifestyle that we may be creating now. Poor posture, so we're trying to reverse it and still have good care of yourself physically, which will help too you mentally. I'm glad you joined me this morning. I appreciate you taking the time to follow me in the class. Know there's so many wonderful classes in our page. Continue following. We are offering 2 virtual trainings, so if you're looking into that, feel free to send a private message in the group, and we'll try to look you in with a trainer that can help you to stay in your top shape, or at least, maybe not your top shape, but at least be at your best shape you can be, whatever life stage you might be right now with your fitness. So we are here to help you. Know that you have wonderful support, and we care for you, and we hope that you have a wonderful Sunday, and stay tuned in, and I'll talk to you guys later.